Well, that works. Oh, that's not okay. We may have we may have a guest star on the show today. Um, Angry Uncle Kim. Uh, he was running around here a little while ago, looking. His nickname is Rocket Man. He was looking for a rocket that he shot off and couldn't find. So he was running around the parking lot a little while ago. I have a weatherman, people. I have Kiwi the weatherman. Um, oh, and they're going to beat up my truck real good right now. So we may have, in addition to Kiwi the weatherman, we may have Angry Uncle Kim, the Rocket Man, in the shot in a minute. So just so you know, that could happen. All right. Well, people, I hope everybody's doing good. Hope you're doing good. I have a story to tell you that if you look at it from the onset, and if I just straight out told it, it may completely, I might lose credibility of all nations and all people everywhere. So the only way I know how to describe this and do this is to start with, I want to say this. Other people have had this happen. Other people have done research, or I don't know if they've if they've hit one, but other people have done research where they've hit people. So, but before all of this, I'm just going to preface this video, and you'll have to forgive the shakiness. It's the whole truck, the whole everything. They're beating the devil out of my trailer. That's what it takes to unload a trailer, evidently here. So, what doesn't rock you to sleep keeps you awake, right? So, anyways, there we go again. Okay. There are creatures that God has created that we do not see. I do know this. I don't know if this is an evil thing or a good thing. What I do know is that, and this is not, man, how can I even start this? How can I even say this? Okay. First off, I'll say this. These are the strangest things that I've hit in my career as a truck driver. I have hit a porcupine, which was none too happy that I hit it, and it left all of its spines in my tire to let me know. I think that one actually lived, by the way. And everybody's hit all types of animals, from, slow-moving turtles across the road, which I try to dodge those. I've hit rabbits before. No, it's not a Bigfoot, and no, I haven't hit a Bigfoot, and I'm just going to say that out front. And, okay, it's not a Sasquatch. So, again, I don't need 1,000 comments or messages from the Sasquatch Society saying they don't like being called big feet. Look, that's just a descriptive term. I'm not in any way trying to slander animals that have larger podiac, feet. Come on, you know what I mean? So I'm a member of the Bigfoot Club, and there's that. So don't, if there's any Bigfoot lobbyists out there, or even PETA, I'm not making fun of any kind of animal with a larger than normal foot size or big and hairy, that they live in the woods, and we don't care how they live. I'll say that up front. So I don't need anybody saying too that the Yetis, don't leave them out. I have not hit any of those ever. Far as I know, to my knowledge, nobody has, or it would be on the news and everything else. So that they don't tend to play in traffic. They're smarter than that. They've been social distancing since I think that was 1970s when that video was taken. So they are the reigning social distance champions. They stay away from everybody, including traffic. So that's not a problem. Rabbits, can usually make it across the road. Squirrels, not so much. You can hit a squirrel. I've hit, oh man, possums seem to, they don't just play dead, they get hit a lot. And I'm trying to think, I've hit an elk before, which is a large deer, and it was for some reason, it was in the south, I don't know why. I think they were raising them or something, and it jumped a fence or something. Anyways, it tore the bumper off the front of a Mack truck and nearly destroyed it, that elk. But the sheriff that came, he said he was going to shoot it. It just cut the legs off the back. He was going to shoot it, and he was going to donate the meat to a charity thing. And so that was supposed to be a good thing. So that was good. After I left, he took it down and took the meat. It was large. So, you know, farmers run over deer antlers that they shed all the time out in the fields. They you know, and you can run over anything. This was not a run over. This hit my windshield. Okay. So to start off with, I was not under any bridges. The first time I hit it was 2 days ago, and I hit another one yesterday. So I'm talking about it today. Okay? These creatures are waterborne creatures, I'll say that much. And they fly. So this one that I hit, the first one, just so you know, both times I was not under any bridges, so there was nothing that came off a bridge. I was not in an actual rainstorm, but it was fixing to be a storm. It's this wind. The wind is what took it into me. And then when I hit it, this is what's really odd. And you people can either confirm this later, or you can confirm it now in the comments. But I've got a video. It's an older Art Bell video. I'm not gonna rate it, you know, PG or anything, because they've said some things in there that was a little off. But I'll say this: it still has merit because of what they said and all the research these couple guys did on this. So I did not hear of this video. This was in a playlist. I just happened to listen to it today. I'm like, that has convinced me that's what I hit. So I'm driving down the road on the highway, taking a load to New Jersey. The way I was traveling, the first time going up, because coming out I was in New Jersey, but going up I was in Kentucky. And I'm driving along, and some bugs had hit the windshield from a farm field. The wind was blowing them out, and they were, I think, trying to escape a storm fixing to happen. It was heavy wind. And so what I was noticing was that it wasn't like really, really heavy like when they're tilling, but it was a good bit of bugs, and then it stopped. And then just past that group of bugs that hit my windshield, something else hit my windshield. Now this something else, the only way I know how to describe it is this. It was as if someone took well, let's see, what size water bottle is this? This is a 16-ounce bottle of water. It was as if someone took 4 ounces of water and smacked it against my windshield. There was no cars in front of me. There was no cars around at all, because the high winds and stuff, wasn't really anybody running. There was some trucks back behind me, and I was in contact with them on the radio. There was no bridges. This water, it was not raining yet. It wasn't even close to the storm. The storm was way up ahead. This creature made of water hit my windshield, and it was a cool afternoon, and as it hit my windshield, it did not take long. Like instantly, it actually cleaned off my windshield, but it did not take long for it to dry. There weren't many bugs on that side, you know, and it left almost like a jagged ring around it. So I'm like, what was that? And I sensed when it hit that something had died. That was an odd feeling for me. I sensed it. I also sensed it the next day in a different place, but I sensed it there. It was about, well, I'd say about a quarter of a 16 ounce. So about 4 ounces of water was what it was made of. No rain in the sky to be seen. The program and the video that I'm going to put out speaks of these things that they have named rods. It is a living creature of water that flies and only is interested in fast moving other creatures, like people if they're moving fast, or let's see, are they giving me a paperwork? Hang on a second.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you. So they're only interested in people when they're moving fast, or objects moving fast. They said that they are attracted to free-falling skydivers, and they have seen them and they've caught them on video. I have no video proof. All I had was a spot on my windshield, and when I got to the truck stop, I tried to clean it off with Windex and the wipers, and it didn't work that well. I sprayed across it with Dawn dishwashing liquid and water. Like, the bugs came off, but that one spot that was the size of a pie plate did not go away until I sprayed some Dawn dishwashing liquid and water that I keep in a mix in my driver's side pouch here, in the cup pocket's what I call it, and then that cleared it up. It was almost, though, not quite water. It was like a water with a slime to it. Now, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, and there was no slime of any of the other bugs when I washed it off. There was no slime. So these creatures are made of a slimy water, and they spiral. So the second day was yesterday. Now, this could have happened to me all in my career. I just have not picked up on it. This easily could have happened before. And if anybody's had something like this that has hit their windshield, that's been water from nowhere, that's been kind of slimy, left an outside marking around it, you can back me up on this. Or if you do in the next few days, maybe this is the season for them. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get moving for a second. And then I will tell you about the second one that I hit. So let's move up, and I will get moved for a second here, if that's all right with everybody. Let's get to moving for a second, because if I turn off the reefer unit, I won't feel like I'm yelling over it. But there's a whole Art Bell program talking about these things called rods, and I'm going to put a link up to it. And I had not heard that one until today, and I said, that's what I hit. So it gives you a feeling that you killed something, but there's nothing there. And it didn't bust my windshield, but it whacked it just like that. Now, they say that it makes a sound when they pass you moving fast, like a spoon, a wooden spoon, whacking something that's wood or whatever, like whacking something. That's not what happened. It wasn't the movement. It was just the impact on the windshield. The impact on the windshield almost, like I said, it was so loud, and I was looking right at it, and it just whacked, but there was nothing there. And the water dried so quickly, it didn't even run down the windshield. So we're talking about a quarter of a 14 ounce, okay? Or 16 ounce, sorry, quarter of a 16 ounce. That's 4 ounces of liquid, spiraling, living creature that hit my windshield. And almost instantly dried and did not run down the windshield, but it was kind of a covering. I don't know, let's get pulled up. And I had not smoked a cigar that day. I had had coffee. It was in the middle of my day. It was only a couple hours in the first day. The second day, I think it was about 4 hours in to my day. So let's pull up. They gave me the green light. Evidently, it is time to go. But I will have to park for just a moment. And I'll tell you about day 2, and creature number 2, in just a second. Let's go turn this thing off and shut the door on it too. So, this is what we deal with as truck drivers. We never know what we're going to run into, like literally. So, hold on a second. This ought to do. All right, people. So, I should get a like just for the work I'm doing. I'm killing it, people. I'm running all the time, 24/7. Hit the like button for running 24/7. But no, can't run 24/7. But sleep 10, go again. You know, wash, rinse, repeat. That's what I've been doing. Don't know about anybody else, but hard work and dedication. I'm going to maybe be able to move around. We don't want that beeping. Turn that off. Okay. With the magical seatbelt. They don't want you moving 2 inches before they turn the beeper on. Alright, so let's see here. Not like it's a big deal, but I don't like the beeper. It's been a day. You know what? Why have I got the heat going when it's getting warm? That's crazy. Okay. We'll get moved around a little bit and then I will tell you the rest of the story. This should be easy enough to do. I'm going to do a complete 180 and I will be in that spot. That's the thing I think I need to do, because otherwise, I see nobody else is going to take this one. Yeah, that's the plan. I'll give you a view of the high power lines here. So don't think the high power lines are affecting my brain. This happened the other day. And like I said, I think that the Art Bell video on it, that program, I think it will be enough. He's a seat also. That's awesome. I know a few of those. So I think that the Art Bell, I think he did enough. Um, as far as proof, I don't think I need to have any proof. It's something that they have gotten on video from several different news stations. They've gotten it on video from, evidently there was a whole thing about it and I knew nothing about it. And I like Art Bell a lot, but I've missed so many of his programs that I've built playlists on him. And I hadn't even watched him yet. But when I get a chance and I'm stopped, I like to listen. And I listen to it here and I'm like, oh my God, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. So evidently there is already research. They've got video of them on this guy's website. Art Bell called them the Rod Guys, and they are, that's what they're calling them. And there's different types. That's where I'm going to get into day number 2, because I mean, this could have happened to me several times over my life, but I've always just left it off like, I don't know what that was, some kind of bird or something, but all I see is water. That's what it is. So, okay, these flying water creatures, they're not the serpents that go to space that people talk about. As far as I know, they haven't caught these on any type of space cameras. However, they do say that there are these serpents that they've seen going through the atmosphere, and NASA's got those on video. This is different. This is strictly waterborne, and how can I describe this in a good way? Boy, I'd like to get over one more parking spot if I could. I'll use my door to get over it. I never can quite get what I'm trying to do. It's all right. There we go. This should work out if I can hook it. I'm gonna have to move again. So, anyways, they've got, like I said, they've got proof of this. They've got video, but it's not the ones that are the serpent creatures that fly in space. Who knows what those are? I don't know if it's a good creature or a bad creature. I just know that I sensed that something died, and all it was water. But it was different than water. It was water with I can't call it a greasy substance. I have to say it's something more like, man, what would you call it? Like, it's not coffee, because coffee's dark. It's not even like tea, but it didn't seem to have a sugariness to it, because it didn't stick so much as it, what can you say it was? I don't even know. Because if you say something like oily, it didn't smear, but it did make a stain, almost like an oil, and Dawn took it away. You know, Dawn takes grease away, it takes rods away also. So, I will put a link up, because you're going to need this link. And I've missed some links different times. I'm going to put a link up as soon as this goes up. I'll make it in the comment, and I'll also make it in the description. So you always have to check my links. My links are always better than my lives anyways. And people, it's true. It happened. So all I know is you can't not feel it, and you can't not know that you hit something, even as you're watching the windshield. And it was a little to the passenger side, but I had my eye in that direction. There was no bird. I have hit birds before, and I've also hit owl. I hit an owl one time. I've hit all kinds of different things. I've never hit anything like this before. That's just the truth. So if you've hit something that was liquid, that seemed like it came out of nowhere, it could have been one of those creatures. And they're calling them rods. There's a whole website on it. Let's see, did I write that down? Let's see. The website that the guy gave out on that video was actually, I'll turn this off before I get it out. And this was back when Art Bell was alive. So it's a pretty old research thing that they were doing. So I don't know if they're still doing this research. They were supposed to have planned to do a documentary on it, and everybody in news media who has seen in their editing room, their editing videos, one hit a baseball player, and it hit him, and then it hit the ground. It like died, just like when I hit it with the windshield. And there was a puddle of water that dried almost instantly. Another couple of guys caught one in a glass jar, and before they could get it back to their the building where they were at or whatever, it turned to dust inside the jar. I don't know if they kept that dust and tested it. It evidently loses all of its water value, and that dust is kind of like what had hit my windshield. It's really odd. This is high strangeness. This is really odd. So there are things out there that we don't know about. There's things that I've never seen before. I could have hit 100 of them in my trucking career. I just now started noticing. The second one was bigger. I don't know if they're eating better, which was my joke, was maybe they make them bigger in New Jersey, or they're feeding them there better. The second one was bigger. The first one hit and was about the size of a pie plate. The second one was twice that size. So the way these guys were talking it was like if someone's standing still and they're there, the creatures don't move so much, but they are able to move at high rates of speed, and they find interest in anything that moves fast like they do. And they want to evidently investigate it or see it, and so they go to it. They don't necessarily hit it every time, they just go to it. The baseball player that was on camera, they were playing a National League, I guess, or whatever, baseball game, and the camera picked it up. It hit the pitcher, he was affected by it, and I believe it was a pitcher, but it hit him, he was affected by it. The camera was on him at the time, and it hit the ground, and you could see a water spot in front of him. That video, they said they got in touch with the guys who said, hey, look, we got one of those rods you were talking about on video, and they sent it to them. They had about 20 or 30 of them, and I don't know if Art Bell's website's still up. I don't know if their website's still up, but this was their email was skyfish@packbell.net. I don't know if that's still a good email address, but when I put the link up to the video, you can check that out. So anybody who wants to talk about strange things they've hit, go for it. I just know that the second one was bigger, and that was in New Jersey, and the first one was going up I-65 in Kentucky 2 days ago. The second one was yesterday, and it was going down a road and it was high winds at the time, so maybe it throws them off their game, I don't know, but it was high winds, and that one was coming across, which I'm getting some wind now, that's what's blowing me around a bit. The second one was I'm gonna roll down the window a little bit and get some of that wind, seriously, and you'll hear it. The second one was in New Jersey on, I want to say it was I-80 coming out of there. If I have to look at where I-80 comes in at New Jersey, maybe 90. So let's see, where was I at? No, maybe that was, I could be wrong. It could have even been Philadelphia. I have to look. I went up to New Jersey, I dropped down to Philadelphia, went straight across. I don't usually go out the East Coast. I tried not to. I do have family out there, but it's too much of a hassle with traffic for a truck driver, and the delivery times are a nightmare. It's hard to find a place to get a washout. There's one guy, there's a guy down there that's I can't remember where I put the calling card for that place, but I could probably get it from calling in, and he will even come out to that truck wash at the TA. So if you ever need a truck wash and you're at that TA, the place in New Jersey, the TA, you can get up on Trucker Path. There's only one TA in New Jersey. There's never parking there. But the place right next door looks like it's abandoned, but he runs it, and he'll come out there. If you call him, once you get his number, whatever, once you know, in the daytime, he'll even come out there at night or on weekends if you need a washout. So if you're a trucker, you need a washout, that guy. Or you can hit a bunch of these rod things and just wash the truck. That won't wash your trailer out though. So what I'm having to do is I got to get washouts, and I don't like to have to deal with places that are always closed. He even isn't open 24/7. Blue Beacon is. So I got lucky. A couple places I went to, I wound up going to Blue Beacons, and it worked out. They were in line with the route, and so there was that. And there's a problem at the, what is that, a Petro? Yeah, there's a problem with the Petro in Trenton, New Jersey, or is it Bordentown? I think it's Bordentown. Pump number 11 will not let you pump reefer. It says, I don't know. I told him about it. I don't think they'll ever fix the pump. So pump 11, if you're going to New Jersey, stay away from it. You would think it's a good number. It's not. You put all your information in, you put the pump in the tank, it says hose number 1 not allowed or something, which is stupid. I did it twice. Then I left that pump. I went over to 2 pumps over to the one closest to the store, next to the closest, and it worked. So pump 11's down, and it will be down there forever because they didn't act even interested to even find out what was wrong with it. That's how it's going down there. So at that point, I didn't even buy food there. I was like, whatever. If they ain't gonna care about the pump, they probably don't wash their hands and wash the place up like they should. I mean, you just go from there. In your mind, you're thinking, might not be a good idea. So couldn't get pizza while I was there either. That was a bummer because they have places, but some of them close early because of this COVID mess. You just want a good pizza, you know, just a slice of the pie. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. I think Alan Jackson wrote a song about that. So I'm gonna get off this thing. Like I said, my links are better than my lives. I will put a link up to the Art Bell program that talks about these things. If you have hit something and you're like, well, I hit something, but it was nothing. But what was it? It was water, and you would think, and it's not above your windshield line, it's right in the windshield line. Or even if it's so high, but you could see it, but mine was right dead center of the windshield from top to bottom over to the passenger side, and the other time was closer to the middle. The second one was bigger. They come in different shapes and sizes, evidently. They've said that the ones they have on video, some of them are 4 foot tall, and they didn't think they could be that big until they got video of it. The ones they saw were about 6 inches tall. They spiral and fly, and they hit stuff sometimes, and you'll see them just out of the periphery of your vision, but they move so fast you can't see them, and they make a move, and when they go by you, instead of making a buzzing like a bee, it's like a piece of wood or wooden spoon or something hitting a piece of wood. It's maybe not even that loud, it's when I just clap. So hey, if you've had some weird things hit your windshields, like what's the water thing about? Maybe these high winds are throwing them off their game. Maybe it's season of them, you know, maybe they're out and about. It's getting to be nicer weather. People get out and about though and get some sunlight because we've had a really bad winter. We need the sunlight. It causes depression, especially in people that are the old bloodline of the angels, because they're supposed to be in the light of God. Eventually I might even write a book teaching from my sensing and my knowing, teaching about that. I've been told I need to get writing. So there's that. If anyone wants to say anything, beat me up, hey, go ahead. That's fine. I put stuff out there that's real. It is what it is. May not be something you've experienced before. Okay? But you may think back, or it may happen to you today. So if something hits your windshield, you're like, what was that? But it was nothing, but it was something, and it was water, about like half a bottle of water that hit your windshield so hard it's not even funny, but then all of a sudden it dissipates and doesn't even run down your windshield. Strangeness. They're calling them rods because they're shaped like a rod, and they kind of spiral. And they move, they're saying, at super high speeds, and they're not interested in anything unless it's moving at high speed. So the skydiver video, they dropped in a cave kind of a thing, a big open hole. They skydived into it, and these things, there were a lot of them in there, and so they got a couple of them on video. Evidently that's their little safe haven. Look along I-65 and look along I-80 or 90. I'll try to remember which one that was, the second one. I don't know what to say, except that I hit something that was clear, liquidy, almost like a gelatin substance, and there was nothing to it. And it left its remnants on my windshield in a spot that was different than everything else. And it takes a little Dawn dishwashing liquid to get it off. Maybe the squeegee works. All I was trying to do was use Windex or the washer fluid out of the truck and the wipers, and they just kind of smeared across it a couple times. It's like, good Lord, am I going to need some Castrol Super Clean? You know, like how when you make a black mark with the wiper blades, the only thing it takes that off is either Super Clean or some rubbing alcohol, or even razor blade. Those black swipes. So, anybody got anything to say? I don't know if I'm checking here. Let's see, live chat. I don't know. I got nothing. Got somebody in here and nothing to say. Appreciate the like. That's all I got. That and I'm telling you people, Uncle Kim, angry Uncle Kim, was just out here running around acting high strangeness, looking for one of his rockets. I saw him. I was going to video him. I don't know. He's gone. So we do have a weatherman, Kiwi. The weather's good, so he's not here. Maybe by the winter time we'll have to have him back. Kiwi, I hope you're doing good. I hope your foot got better. Your knee. So that's it, people. That's it. You're still here? Why are you still here? Go watch the Art Build video. That's the link I'm putting up like super right now. Like as soon as this thing hits, I'm on it. And then I got to roll. So there's that. I'm gonna get some Mexican food, some real Mexican food somewhere. I just want the $4.99 special or the $2 street tacos or something cheap, and then I'm good. So God bless you people. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I'm just telling the truth. It is what it is, and other people won't talk about this stuff. I'll put it out there. I did sense though that something died. That was the bad part about it. I was like, oh man, you know, it's nothing you can do. But it's kind of like hitting a jellyfish. You know, I mean, what is it? It's not like it's gonna, you know, it's not like there's gonna be the association. There might be, okay, I'm sorry. There may be an association for jellyfish. I don't know. There's Angry Kim, Angry Uncle Kim. I don't know. Seriously. We may, hold on a second. If he comes down here, I might seriously get Angry Uncle Kim. You know? You people can tell me. Hold tight. Hold that thought. Hold tight. Can we do this here? Where we at? Where we at? Angry Uncle Kim. Oh, Kim. No, dude. This might take a second. Hold tight, people. We're going to do this. Is that all the zoom I have on this super zoom phone? This was Angry Uncle Kim. I mean, he was mad. We'll get to it in a second here. If we can get him on here. You just got to see Angry Uncle Kim, boy. He gets, I tell you what. I mean, he's mad because he's missing a rocket. So, yeah. So what I'm doing is, like I said, I had to deliver. I had to get unloaded. And then it's time to eat because, man, you know, and then maybe that's food coma. I don't know how many hours I have, you know. It might be a wipeout on the hours. I think I have like, what have I got here? Hour-wise, driving left. I am showing, woo, I can work an hour and a half today, people. That's how hard I've been working. Is 70 went Splitsville. So let's see if Uncle Kim, angry Uncle Kim, I'm telling you, people, he went around there, he tossed his trash. He's over here somewhere. He'll come out. It's like a hedgehog. You never know when he's going to come out. Or a, what are those things called? Groundhog, right? Like Groundhog Day. He'll be out in a second. You just got to see it. I'm telling you, this guy, he's like, he's off the hook. He don't like his current situation. I'm gonna say that much. There was nobody there, and he was running around like his own truck. So dude's off the hook. You just got to see it. So anyways, Mexican food's on the way. And I'm trying to think too if there was another thing that I need to put up as a link. Just the Art Bell program is the only thing I've never heard of these things before either. By the way, I don't know what to say, except that I had never heard that Art Bell program before. I just happened to have it in a playlist. I just happened to play it today, and it wasn't even named that. It was just named something like Odd Creatures or something. And I'm like, I just hit the button. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what I hit yesterday and the day before. That makes sense. I'm like, so at this point, I'm convinced 100% that I hit a rod. And like I said, you have a feeling that something died. And so there's that, you know. I don't mess with the spirit world. I don't think this is like that. I just think it's one of God's creatures, and they fly around and they don't do it so well sometimes. You know. We're waiting on Angry Kim, in case you don't know. Because Kiwi's on vacation, I think, still. I gotta get in touch with Kiwi, see how he's doing. Hopefully he's doing well. He complained of a knee problem. He could have been doing weather reports for somewhere else. You never know. No, he had a problem with his knee though, and it was trucking him. It did some kind of thing. I don't know if he overextended it or something. There's that. And an hour and a half is not going to get me much. I might make Chicago. You know, there's good food in Chicago. There's good people. Boy, I hate this. Where'd you go, Angry Uncle? Just saying. He's in here somewhere. He went the roundabout. I think he went over past the office. Sometimes they make you wait for the paperwork. He threw the trash in the can, went into the office, I think. We gotta wait on him. I'm having coffee with sorghum syrup. The last of my sorghum syrup. It's good medicine. And I always try out medicines on myself before I tell anybody else about them. So ginseng is something that I'm going to start to take. And we'll see how that goes. So right now, I'll tell you, I did actually tell a guy who got COVID what he should take, and he said after I took those vitamins, he says, and did what you told me to, I started feeling better. So here's the thing. All they're offering right now is Gatorade, chicken noodle soup, and zinc, along with they have something with a T that gives zinc a kick. And so zinc and B12, I'm saying this, B12, D3, 2600 IUs, unless you're getting sunlight, and then you'd knock it down about 800 IU. Vitamin C with rose hips. That's how Nostradamus cured the plague, with rose hips and cedar oil. Cedar oil is a natural antibiotic. You don't need that. Any type of actual, if they have any steroid, that does do a kick for some people. And now they're saying too that they actually have done trials, but it's been blocked. They've done trials. Oh, and hopefully this truck don't block my view of Angry Uncle Kim. But they've done trials with ivermectin. That's the type that's made for people, not the type that you use for animals. So it's a special type you got to get from a doctor, and they have actually had good luck with it. There was an 80-year-old who had the Rona, and he was in the hospital doing really badly and couldn't breathe. They gave him some of that stuff, some of that ivermectin for people, and he came back around and it started working. And I mean, he started breathing like right away. And then the hospital wouldn't give him no more, but the doctor said give him more. So they had to go to court real quick. So they put a lawyer on it, and this was in New York. For some reason, they have to do this. And so these lawyers get in there and say, no, you got to give him that. And it cured him. And then, or it cured another person. That one, the old man, I think that he was doing better. Maybe he's back home with his family, but they couldn't see him and all that. So anyhow, there is medicine, and it's they're for some reason they were against it, but judges are making them give more ivermectin, and it cures them. I said, since ivermectin is usually used for animals, I said maybe we need to be using Pin-X, and I put that on a comment a long time back on Dr. Campbell's channel, and he clicked like on it. You know, he can't really talk about that, but he knows. So other than the zinc that ivermectin evidently works with it, but other than the zinc and chicken noodle soup and Gatorade, because that's what they were giving them up in that hospital up north, and man, I think Kim found his rocket and went home. Angry Uncle Kim, Rocket Man. So other than zinc and that let's see, B12, D3, C with rose hips, elderberry. There you go. So I told him all those things. I told him to keep his electrolytes up, with the Gatorade. And that's what he did. He said he actually got better after he was taking those vitamins. He says, thank you so much. He says, I'm better. I was like, no worries, man. He says, after I got what you told me about. So I am a healer. I don't mind sharing my knowledge. And especially, when it's somebody that, works in my company, has a lot to do with helping me to make money. I mean, I definitely, but this is a nice guy. And so for all the reasons, mainly because nobody should suffer, I told him everything I knew, just like I'm telling you people. So elderberry, I'm telling you, has a lot to do with healing. It's like ancient knowledge. And I told him for sugar and for getting off sugar, sorghum in your coffee, SORGUM or GHUM, either way. And that will get you off of sugar completely. Use it instead of sugar in your coffee. And I don't even know if I'm covering up the microphone holding this thing. I hope it's good, but let's see. I know I got a comment, so I'll catch it here because I was just holding it off and I couldn't see. Let's see here. Hello from Houston. Oh, DDCC. Yeah. You still running buses? So I say hello from Chicago. Even though I'm not exactly in Chicago, I'll be in Chicago. It's not going to be far from here. I only have like an hour and a half. It's not like I can do a whole lot of trucking. And so I don't know if I'm going to wait and get a full 34, or if they got more freight. They probably should put more stuff on me. They're killing it with, I'm telling you, food is moving, people. It's no joke. Nothing has stopped the supply chain. And so if you're needing freight and you're not doing anything, get in with a unit, a reefer unit, like what you're looking at right there on the back of that truck, because everybody knows there's two sections of doors. Now they do, some places were holding people up. They're doing a little bit better. You got to watch where you go. Everybody knows the places not to go. You figure it out real quick. Okay, that place held me up, don't ever go there again. But if you have an appointment, make your appointment time, and then you won't be a work-in, and you'll be good. So I got 99 problems, and a dock door is not one. I'm just saying. They give me pretty much, hey, here's this, we need that. Oh, great. Otherwise, you could be sitting there all day if you're working, even if you're a few minutes late. Let's see. Yes, still bus driving. Heard there was need for truck driver. Yes, sir, there is. And if you look at that truck right there, you could be driving that like in short order. Go ahead and get your. You don't even need to get your Class A. You can sign up with a company, get your Class A, and they will train you. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Oh, Angry Uncle's back. He'll be here in short order. So he was dancing around his truck. I mean, I swear, people, this is definitely Angry Uncle right here. And he was dancing around his truck and running around and saying this and that and all that. And I don't know. He's not happy. So, like, he's scratching his head now. He was. Just give him a second. Let's see if he. I mean, you know. No? Don't know. He's a dead ringer for Kim Jong-un, for real. And he was running and jumping and all kinds of stuff. It was craziness. So, how strangeness. All right. So, people. Well, don't want to make anybody famous. Okay. All right. He calmed down. Maybe they gave him his paperwork, made him happy. But he was jumping around and all that stuff. Craziness, making hands. It looked like he lost his rocket and was mad about it. So the plan from here, like I said, is Mexican food. I hope everybody else is getting something to eat, and I hope you're not having any kind of a COVID nightmare problem thing. People, if you are, vitamin up, because you are your healing. Your body has a built-in switch that God put in you, and you give it vitamins and it turns on. Prayer also does the same thing in a different way. You still take the vitamins, okay? So it's not, you don't jump off a cliff and say God's going to catch you, you know, even though he would. It's one of those things where, you know, you don't tempt the Lord thy God. So, just like Jesus said. So you take your vitamins, but you also pray. And you get the healing, the double healing. And you can do remote prayer for someone else, and it works. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here. If you hit a liquid something and don't know what it is, and you gotta watch this video. You have to watch, not this one, the one I'm going to give you. You have to watch the Art Bell program or listen to it. And you can archive it on audio or video or whatever, however you want to do it. It will make sense what I'm talking about. If you've ever hit something liquid on your windshield, it could have been a rod. So, saw that vid on Old Beaumont Highway 90. Okay. Which video are you talking about, DDCC? Old Beaumont Highway 90. What one I'm talking about is that talks about the rods, what these creatures are. These creatures that I hit 2 of them, 2 different days. So I think it's the high wind that's throwing them off their game, because they swirl and fly. It's high strangeness, and I'm not expecting you to think that I'm not nuts at this point. Watch his video; it makes sense. Water hit my windshield for no reason, but it wasn't water. It was a water with a jelly-like substance. Something I felt lost its spirit and died. Something. It's not even a spirit, really, because it was an animal kind of creature. There's people spirits that go on. There's animals that are different. This thing, it was just not. It died. It is what it is. I sense them as different animals and people, just so you understand. Food trucks in the barrio. Oh yeah. Hey, I'm about the food trucks in the barrio. I'm about it. Yeah, that one. That food truck is that place is the bomb. Listen, you can go to a food truck with no money at all. If they have charro beans, get the charro beans. If they don't, ask them for street tacos, and I try to get them on flour tortillas if I can, because I like them better than corn or any kind of a burrito, whatever. But they will hook you up. And even the corn with some stuff on it's good. They do that. It's a Mexico and South America thing for them to take corn, cut it off the cob after they roast it, put it in a cup with mayonnaise and some Parmesan cheese and some chili powder, Mexican chili powder, and who knows what all they put in there. I just butter, a lot of butter. It's freaking good is what it is. And it's just for them in the same way. It's a taste of home. So they keep eating it. It's not something. It's not a meal. It's even they have little trucks that just sell corn. But it's a memory of what they ate that was survival food, just like we eat cornbread in the South. Cornbread is a staple. It's survival food. You don't need it, but you're like, hey, you know what'd be good? Some cornbread. Just because you know you had it when you was little, and it's about a memory. It's not even about the food. That corn is just about a memory. But what's really good though is charro beans, or if they have a truck next to it that has like those things, the desserts, when you're done eating, make sure you get frescas con crema, strawberries and cream. That's the bomb. That's the best dessert on the planet. They put 4 different kinds of cream in there, maybe 3. Strawberries, it's fresh. It's the best anything you ever had, ever. Period. Forget about anything else. So I did a video on that too in Fort Worth, Texas. It's frescas con crema, but it's frescas is strawberries, con crema is with cream. Strawberries with cream. Frescas con crema. If you ask them, they don't speak English, say, do you have frescas con crema? Or frescas con crema? And if they say yes, you got to get it. That's at a separate, they don't do that in food trucks. They just do it in a separate, it's like a gelato stand, if you know what I'm talking about, but it's a separate truck just for desserts. But on the other side of things though, you get the cheapest fish taco, couple fish tacos. You'll find that just a few of those will make you full, and then you won't spend a lot of money. That's the thing. Don't spend a lot of money and get a lot of good food. They take care of you, especially in the barrio. So I'm gonna get off this thing. I'm putting the link up to the Art Bell video. You have to watch that one. And then for real, and DDCC, appreciate you showing up, showing out, and everybody else that catches this later. Yeah, if you're hitting strangeness and feeling like you killed something, don't feel bad about it. It's just a thing. It's kind of like a jellyfish that flies that you can't see till you hit it. High strangeness. They're calling them rods. Either you'll hit one and know, or you'll think I'm crazy and think those people are crazy too. Either way, God bless you people. I'm gonna get off this thing and I'm out. Peace.